雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of Japanese craftsmanship. Grid.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りでも高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of Japanese craftsmanship. ブリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りでも高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティーズ。
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Ladies and gentlemen, round 2 to 2020 Formula Drift Japan Series here in the Shiga Prefecture at Okuibuki Street Course. I'll be your commentator, Kenny Harris, and alongside I have Robbie Nishida.
How you guys doing? This is round 2 for me for commentating and also judging, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of the commentating. There you are. Hey guys, how you guys doing? That's Kenny and this is me, Robbie. I'll be commentating as well as doing the judging. Let's talk about the judging a little bit, I guess.
Okay. So today for the judges, we have Yoichi Imamura as the angle judge, and then we also have our sweet co-commentator Robin Nishida as the style judge. But wait, we're missing a judge.
Actually, we have Formula Drift Japan founder Mr. Iwata sitting right here, but he's actually not judging. We're doing something new this time. Oh, watch out for the print. We're trying to do something new this time where Ryan Lantain, who's our usual judge, he's the Formula Drift US judge, and he's also one of the judges here in Formula Drift Japan. He's in Canada right now, and he's going to be remotely chiming in with us. We're going to be relaying things. He's going to be watching it visually online and remotely doing this, so this is something new. It's going to be very exciting. He's going to be doing the line judge. I'm going to be doing the style judge, and like I said, Yoichi Momura will be doing the angle judge.
Yes. Today's course is amazing. It's very technical. You guys are going to see a lot of tight corners and a lot of dedication that's going to be required for today's course.
Yeah, we already saw a couple of cars smash up on the wall.
Yeah.
Practice this morning.
Yeah, it was a rough one for a few guys, but you got to realize these guys are coming uphill into the outer zone 1. So for them to come uphill, they're really got to dedicate themselves into the outer zone 1.
Yeah, so I think this is about the 3rd year that we've been back here for Okuibuki. Very interesting course. It's like a street course almost because it's in the middle of the mountains where it's a ski resort. Let me go ahead and explain to you a little about the track and how we're going to be judging this place. Okay, so visually they should be showing you soon, but there's going to be total of 5 areas that the judges will be watching. The judging criteria is the following. We have the first, everybody's going to be coming up the straight, just like Kenny was saying, it's an uphill. Now you're going to be going really fast into the first corner where the first outer zone is. That's where the rock wall is. You're going to be crossing the bridge, right across the bridge. There's going to be the first in clip. You got to be as close as possible. After that, you have one longer outer zone 2. After that, there's a very, very shorter outer zone, which is outer zone 3, and that's along the wall coming off of this little horseshoe that we have here. So, and right after we cross the bridge coming down, as you can see on the camera right now, right in front there, that's the inner clip 2, which is going to be the last clip that you're going to be hitting right before you go across the finish line. And obviously you have to be drifting through the finishing line. You can't stop drifting, you can't straighten before that, and you can't be spinning through the drifting or spinning through the finish line as well. So this is a visual from the top. Up top from the drone footage. It's very simple looking, but I guess it's really technical because from the top it looks like, you know, it looks like it's pretty flat, but there is a lot of elevation change here, right?
Yes, and on top of that, you're going to see a lot of smoke coming out of outer zone 2 or outer zone 3 with that long sweeper into the inner clip 2. So it's going to be a very, very exciting day with these high horsepower cars just kicking up some smoke.
Yeah, then I think there's close to 40 cars. Oh, let's go ahead and say hi to our fellow judge. I haven't seen him personally either since last October or something because of this whole COVID mess.
Yes.
We have no spectators here, and you know, all our foreign drivers that are supposed to be here can't make it either because of the borders, and Ryan Lantain is one of them. So there's Ryan Lantain. He is in Canada currently. He has no idea we're talking about him right now. Hey, Ryan.
He looks real comfortable, though.
Looks very comfortable because right now it's kind of hot up here.
It is. Sun's baking me.
Yeah, so we all miss you. And also the other Formula Drift members that are usually here, the tech guy, Kevin Wells, and the other commentator and co-founder of Formula Drift USA, Ryan Sage. We miss you guys. Hopefully everything goes away as soon as possible and we can get back to as normal as possible, I guess, right?
So I don't have to have this screen between me and you as we talk.
Yeah, well, Kenny has to thank the situation or he wouldn't be sitting
That's
here.
true, that's true. So I am honored to be here. A little nervous, but I'm glad that I'm here to show my excitement for what we're about to present with these vehicles.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. It looks like the first car is lining up. They're probably done with the warm-up box, warming up their tires. The competition is about to start.
Oh.
So the car number 55, Toshiharu Kazama, is the first driver of this round. He didn't get to qualify. I think he had like car troubles last time at Sugo, but he's a veteran. He's been in the drifting scene for a while, and let's see him go up the hill.
In a JZX 100 Chaser 2J powered. Here he goes. Coming into our zone 1, a little shallow. Oh.
Nope.
Yeah. It would have been nice to land that one, but you know, he's got one more chance at it. So.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to give him an incomplete. That was kind of an obvious call. Yeah, but you're gonna have to maintain your drift through the track.
Yeah. Seems like he was having some issues during early on whenever they were doing their test run. So hopefully he'll get it all together and come back with his second run and land something solid.
Yeah, so Kazama Auto is one of the well-known drifting shops. They sell drifting products for drifting cars, S-chassis, and JZXs, and he's heavily into the whole team with Andrew Gray, which is the champion.
Next we have number 35, Takahito Morozumi, team DG5. Powering an S15 2J powered.
No, actually, this isn't the. I just found out this isn't the 2J one. This is actually the SR21.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well, this is going to be interesting then.
Yep. And I think he used to, or this car used to be in a different championship.
Oh, really?
I think this was one of the cars that was in D1 before.
Oh, really?
And then it actually won a championship or something. So I think the car has a potential too. So.
All right, let's see what he does. Here he comes. hot. A little late on the initiation, but comes into outer zone 1. See what he's got for his inner clip 1. Not much. Outer zone 2. Staying a little safe on that. Outer zone 3, riding it all the way around to the inner clip 2. And finished. Definitely completed run.
All right, so I would have to say very, very low commitment. Very, very lousy initiation coming up going into outer zone 2. Then after that, there was a lot of things going on when he was going through the outer zone 2 as well. Not so smooth. I mean, line-wise, looks like it's very shallow as well. Line-wise, he was trying to be on the line, but it looked like he was getting a little bit carried away on trying to be on line, and then everything else just kind of fell apart. So
seems safe.
Yep.
Real safe. But as you guys can see, them climbing up that hill, having to struggle to get that power just to kick it out in the 3-2-1 zone. Definitely seeing them.
Yeah, it's got to be intimidating because you're pretty much, depending on gearing and stuff like that, you're like 3rd gear, 4th gear, floored, going up this hill, and you're going towards this little wall, which, you know, we were able to, not we were able to, but we had witnessed earlier today too. It took out like 3 cars.
Yeah, so that's the intimidating part. Come in full steam, you know, 100 yards into a turn with a wall right behind it. So it does make things challenging, but that's where the commitment comes through. So he landed a solid 73.
All right, so
next we have a car 130 by Saori Iwasaki with 5X tires with Garage LFW Nadi. It's S15 SR powered, and this is one of our female drivers. Very exciting. Let's see how this goes. Here he comes with the initiation. Oh,
that was very late.
Very late. Coming into the inner clip 1. Oh, another correction right there. Just look at the.
Yeah, so same as the first driver that we had earlier. We're going to have to give her an incomplete because obviously she had corrected stop drifting.
Yes.
We do require the drivers to be able to drift. Actually, this kind of, this is a good example right here. Not a good example, this is an example where she had a late initiation where the 3-2-1 cone, you have to be in drift, in motion of drift at the 1 cone, where leading up to the first outer zone. So you have to make sure that the car is in drift, in motion. It looked like she had passed that and got into drift. But even though she passed and got into drift after the outside zone 1, looks like she stopped drifting. So
definitely it was a rough run, and you know, that's the biggest thing is initiating your drift at the right time so you can try to maximize your points and get into that outer zone. But let's see if see what we got next going. We have number 408 Shoya Saito with the Car Guy Racing. It's going to be powered S15 with an SR. And this is the youngest Formula FD drifter we have.
FD Japan drifter.
FD Japan drifter. So how old is he?
18.
18.
Yep.
Wow. What were you doing at 18?
I was actually driving cars, but not at this level.
Exactly.
Though. Yeah, I was more of like, you know, cut straight pipe and cut springs.
Yeah, very impressive. Here he comes, coming up on the first stretch. Initiated. Early initiation, but comes in the outer zone, shallow on the outer zone, coming in the inner clip 1. Right in the inner clip 1, outer zone 2, rides it early in the on, riding all the way along, pretty clean there. This is where commitment comes all the way through. Let's go. Nice in that inner clip 2, and straighten up right at the end.
Yeah, but I think we're going to go ahead and give him a score. He did pretty much finish the drift right there at the line, or at the finish line, so most likely this is going to be a scored run.
Okay. Overall, it looked really safe. You know, he hit the zones where he needed to, but it just comes down to the commitment, you know, and getting them style points in.
Yeah, the commitment level on this run is a little low too, so.
Very safe run, but like he said, you know, let's see what he can get out of it.
Man. Yeah, so when I was 18 years old, I don't think I was doing this. It must be nerve-wracking for an 18-year-old, but also probably pretty fun to do, you know?
It is. It is true. Being at this level, you know, drifting at this level is it's got a lot on his mind probably, but I mean, definitely a safe run. We'll see what he can do next time, see if he can give us more style and flair.
Yeah, so there's supposed to be 32 cars that's going to be qualifying for tomorrow.
Yes.
There's about 40 cars. So there's a big chance anybody to be able to qualify for tomorrow.
Exactly. And right now we have Mitsumori, number 53, Mitsumori Yamashiro, Yoshimura, T-Mori, driving S15 SR powered. He's actually a rookie driver. This is his first year in Formula Japan. Pretty clean on that outer zone 2, coming into outer zone 3. Riding that wall all the way through. Going. Clip. And he held the drift through, so. What's your take on that, Robbie? How did it look?
Well, just like the earlier drivers that we had too, the commitment level was very low. It looks like they were really taking it easy going into the first corner.
Yeah.
Getting back on gas too wasn't as quick as it should be. So I am not expecting it to be a super high score. But I mean, obviously they get a score and this is their first run. So that's something important to do too, to be able to lay down a run, to get a score first and feel how it's going to be.
Exactly. They're getting a good feel of the course, I could tell. I mean, they're hitting the zones where they need to, but the biggest thing is committing.
Yeah.
Committing to actually just accelerate through and not worry about, you know, losing the angle or slide the wall or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
but it looks like the guys are starting to get where they're trying to run the right line.
Yes.
Even though if they're not fully committed, they're making their car run the right line. And there's 3 different places that we're going to be scoring you on: is speed, angle, line, and also style.
Yeah.
So
72, land a solid 72.
like, so right here, how can I say, the angle judge and the line judge gave him, you know, lower 20s.
Yeah.
But they get 30 points each. You know, so
That's true.
that's actually not that bad for a score. So let's see how he's going to do for a second run.
All right, next we have number 9, Marutomo Tamanishi with Team Diva. And this is a S15 SR powered. It's a nice gold S15. It's got a nice little bright shine to it in the sunlight. But here comes coming into the initiation point. Nice initiation, a little early initiation. Comes down zone 1. Coming into inner clip 1. Pretty close there. Riding that wall on outer zone 2. Riding all the way around. Let's get to outer zone 3. See how close. Commitment all the way through. Push. Inner clip 1. Ooh, just caught the inside inner clip 1. Not a bad run, not a bad run. I feel like the drivers are just slowly, you know, getting more and more confidence through these runs.
Yes, and I will agree with you on that. But at the same time, it looks like as we're getting more drivers into it, the commitment level is slowly picking up. So it looks like it's getting better and better by the drivers. But at the same time, it's still, the excitement is pretty low.
Yes.
On the cars. So once again, you know, if you do the right line and the right angle per area and per section and zones and clips, you may be able to get a decent run. So if that's the plan for some of these drivers, to try to get a, you know, lay down not a perfect run, but average run at first and try to up that the second time, you know, that's tactics as well. So
exactly. Don't overdo it right off the jump. You
yeah, because you don't want to zero out or incomplete out 2 runs and not be able to even try and get a chance to compete tomorrow for the tandem.
Top 32, yes, yes, you're definitely right on that. Playing it safe is always a nice thing to do. ensuring a possible slot. 69 is going to be the score. So yeah, you can see how the line took a little hit on that.
So let me ask Ryan Lantain. Oh, never mind.
Hold on, let's get.
We only have him visual. Yeah.
But let's go with number 168, Masuyo Minawa, with Heyman TM Lambo. This is a JZX 100 Chaser, 2J powered, and this is another one of our female drivers. Let's see what she's going to do today. Coming in for initiation point. Oh, initiated about at the 1 point. Coming into outer zone for inner clip 1. Outer zone 2, a little shallow on outer zone 2. Coming to outer zone 3, commit to the wall. Inner clip 2, there she goes. It's a run, definitely a run. The initiation for outer zone 1 seemed like she was just a little shallow from being in the area that she really wanted to be to maximize her points. But rest of the course, same with outer zone 2. Could have been a little deeper to maximize some more points, but the riding all the way around to get the inner clip 1 was a good finish.
All right, like I was saying earlier too, you know, this isn't probably the best run that she's done, but it looks like everybody's starting to pick up their commitment level. So it looks like everybody's picking up their scores slowly.
Definitely probably the better one that she's done today. During practice, she seemed like she struggled a little bit. She just needed to get a feel of the course, but overall that run wasn't as, you know, that was actually a lot better than what was displayed earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but man, just imagine everything just plays with you because you're sitting in the car. It's pretty hot, and if you haven't never been to Japan, the Japanese summers, it's very humid.
Yes.
Sitting in the car, just waiting for your turn. 72 points.
72 points on that. Also, line judge, just like the last scores, were a little low also. So that's where they got to maximize their line, you know, increase their angle, or not angle, their approach and dedication to where they want to be.
So, I mean, it's a real hard balance because if you're really committed, it's higher percentage for you to make a mistake and not look as fluid and vice versa, you know?
Next, we have number 87, Yukiko Ishikura. With Real Style, Reality S15 right here, SR Power, another female driver coming in. Inner clip 1, outer zone 2, sweeping early in outer zone 2, staying in outer zone 2. Here it is right here, commitment right here, keep pushing through. Coming into inner clip 1, just grazed it. Not too bad, not too bad. Definitely maximize the time in inner clip 2, starting from the beginning, initiating, going all the way through, about midway in the zone. That to maximize, you want to be as close as possible on that outer line, but you know, right in that safe zone. Definitely a safe run. It's going to be let's see what the points could be.
Yeah, so watching her run, just like everybody else, it looks like she's picking up smaller or little by little. Like right now when she was leaving the outer zone 3, she didn't look as smooth as she should have. When she was approaching the outer zone 1, she just didn't commit as much as she should have. But overall, it seemed like a pretty decent, clean run. So I think she's going to get a pretty fair score.
Yes, yes, yes. This sun is not giving me a break. It literally isn't. I think half my body's covered with the sun.
Yeah, so I think by the time we're done with the top 32, or about 40 car qualify, the sun is going to come to me, but it's probably going to end right here. So you're going to be getting baked. I hope you brought sunscreen.
Yeah, I did. Plenty of sunscreen. But no, it is overcast skies today. You know, mid to lower 80s, not too bad. We had a nice breeze a little bit earlier, but 79.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all. So right now we're looking about mid 70s as our midpoint for scores. All right. Next we have number 41, Shinichi Uemura with Team Hirano Tire Umura Sangyo IAS. It's a JZX 100 Chaser 2J Power. So this one, as you guys can see, it was one of the ones that sustained a little bit of damage, but let's see, initiation was nice, coming into our zone 1. Oh! Man. I was excited for this one, real excited. But like I was saying, so the 100 sustained a little bit of damage during the practice runs. It was one of the first ones that hit that main strip, the first wall that it comes into. But the team came together, put it back together, and had a few more practice runs after. Really wanted to see this 100 finish this run, but
Hey, he's got a second run, so he's still got
definitely,
a chance. Yep.
definitely. But it's always nice to have one under your belt.
Exactly. So looked like he pushed it a little bit too hard. Maybe, I don't know if it affected him. The wreck that he had, the crash that he had earlier may have affected him. I don't know if it did any suspension damage or not, but I think mentally too. There's two cases where you can, if you wreck, you're just kind of on fire, and sometimes when you wreck, you get really conservative too. So it's two different types.
Next, we have number 61, Kunihiko Teramachi with Nichie Racing with Good Ride Motorsports. Sylvia S15 initiating. Oh, nice initiation. Outer zone, maximizing it. Coming to inner clip 1. Nice. Sweep in outer zone 2. Come on, get a little bit further out. There, coming into outer zone 3. Sweep it all the way around, all the way around. Coming into the inner clip 1. Not a bad run. But that is a 2J powered S15 right there. So if y'all can't see, that area where they come across a long sweeper after outer zone 3, that's actually a bridge they're going over. So they're coming over to the bridge, swinging around, and then going back over with a long sweeper and then hitting the inside clip 2. It's just a really sharp inside clip. So they're going for a full speed and then trying to get right inside.
All right, so it felt like a slow start because everybody didn't seem as committed, but he was probably one of the best right now. The commitment going into the first outer zone, he looked like he filled it pretty well. Very exciting driving. So that was a pretty, guarantee that's going to be a pretty good score, I think. But overall, there you go, 85 points.
85 points, there you go. That initial initiation was actually really nice.
Yeah, it was very smooth,
you know.
Very committed. He used a lot of his speed coming up the hill. It was a really good balance of not too much braking and, not going in too fast too. So
Exactly. Next, we have number 344, Hayato Miyoshi. Team MJ Style with Action. This is actually the only R34 we have, two-door. You were saying earlier what? He was driving a four-door?
Yeah, before he was driving a four-door.
Okay.
He was in Suzuka, then he kind of mashed the car up.
Coming in with some nice speed. Initiation. Nice initiation. Maximizing the time inside outer zone 1. Coming to inner clip 1. Nice. Outer zone 2 starting early. A little shallow, but coming back out. Outer zone 3. There it goes. Nice. Coming into inner clip 1. Bringing it right back in. Not a bad run. Nice speed coming in, initiating right at about, the cone 2 initiation with the outer zone, maximizing as much time and depth into outer zone 1.
Yeah, once again, that was a good run. Following the Teramachi's score, I'm looking forward to seeing a pretty good score on this one. But yes, there was good commitment level coming up the hill for the outer zone 1. There's a few parts where he had to correct himself, which is going to hurt him on the fluidity part of it, but overall it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, outer zone 2 seemed like he was in it early and then kind of bailed out and then kind of got to the outer part of it, so it wasn't too bad.
86.
86, there you go.
Yeah, so this track is, most of the FD tracks, if you don't go into it right in the first place, it'll kind of end up screwing you at the end, where the outer zone 2, if you don't fill it correctly, it's going to be really awkward going to the outer zone 3.
That's true.
That's going to hurt you on scores too.
Okay.
Then not leaving outer zone 3 properly is going to hurt you going to the inner clip 2.
Okay. Next, you have number 13, Yasuhiro Takaki with T-Square DGR Good Ride. T-Square Origin number 180SX.
Nice.
Nice entry, going into inner clip 1, coming in outer clip 2, flicking around. There you go, maximizing everything in outer zone 2, going to outer zone 3, riding it all the way across. See how it finishes? Not a bad finish. That was a good run. Really good run. Really good run.
Wow, so it's really easy to see where if you're committed or not. Like, he was on gas pretty early throughout the track. He threw the car in at his proper, at the pace he wanted to, and I don't think he filled it as much on the outer zone 1, but commitment level, he looked like he really threw the car in, and I mean, part of it I thought he was gonna
So I like to see,
get close to the wall. Yeah, it was really dangerous looking, and it was very exciting.
Not bad for a 180SX SR powered. That's not bad at all.
Hey, the Japanese drivers, man, they're still proving that SR20s can still do it, right?
Yep, 4-cylinder. But yes, you'll definitely know there still are a lot of SRs, 2Js, and there's actually a few interesting ones too also, but you'll find out here soon.
There you go, look at that, it's little by little.
87.
Yeah, it's going up little by little.
There you go. Getting all the nerves out.
Yep. And you know what, being one of the earlier cars to go out, it could get on your nerves, because, it's starting
almost like you're setting the pace.
Yeah, exactly. And then, being able to get a good score for your first run is really important.
Next we have 666, Shuichi Mano with Charlie Boy style. This is actually a 1-Vea, 2J powered 1-Vea. So let's see what it's gonna do. Nice initiation there. Ooh, a little shallow on outer zone 1, coming to our inner clip 1. Not too bad. Outer zone 2, this is where acceleration comes into play. Outer zone 3, real shallow in outer zone 3, but coming into the inner clip 2, and definitely a finish. But as y'all noticed, there was just the commitment to be in the outer zones wasn't there. But very, very, acceptable run.
Yeah, it looked like it started off really well because he flicked the car, he threw the car in, and it was going to look pretty promising at first, but as he was leaving outer zone 1, it looked like he kind of lost his commitment. Maybe because he was starting to wash out too. So we're going to have to deduct some of the points for that. But overall, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, but I think if he carried his momentum that he had when he first came into the outer zone, I think it would have been a lot better for him. But he's going to get a score, so let's see what he's going to get.
Yes, let's see.
Yeah, and that's a 1-Vea, by the way, not a 1-Vea.
What'd you say?
I said it was a 1-Vea.
1-Vea,
Yeah,
you know.
1-Vea. Not a 1-Vea. 1-Vea.
75's the score. Not too bad. Biggest thing, line right there. That was the one that hurts.
Yeah. He was very small on the lines. He didn't reach it. He didn't reach outer zone 1 all the way to the outside. But some of these, like to be able to get a high style and angled score, there's some things that you have to do depending on what kind of car setup you have and what kind of grip level you have and stuff like that too. So
75, not bad. Next we have 963 with Daiichi Mizutani with Mizutani Jidosa with Zeknova. S15 right here. Let's see what they got going. Coming in initiation, nice early initiation. Going to outer zone 1, coming into inner clip 1, nice inner clip 1 execution right there. Executing into outer zone 2, fully committed all the way through. Coming into inner clip 2. Not bad, not bad. I'd say after outer zone 2, committing completely through, it looked pretty good. But a nice early initiation at the third cone, so not too bad.
Yeah, so he did initiate early, but that kind of bit him on the butt at the end because he didn't reach outside zone all the way to the end of it, you know, so he kind of left the zone early. Once you leave one zone early, it's going to be really hard to get yourself back onto the line for the rest of the track.
Yeah.
So it looked like he was struggling to do that, which kind of hurt him on the fluidity side of it too. I like the commitment that he had, but after that, because he had to fight for the car to get back on the right line, it looked like he was losing some of the angle and stuff like that too. So we'll see what he's going to get, but he did put down a score.
See what they got, see what the judges got for us. $78
points.
Good start, enough room to, you know, make improvements, especially with the line and everything. So we'll see what he's going to do next. Next we have number 328, Shinichiro Saito with Car Guy Racing. 180SX and it's 2J powered. This is the father of the father-son duo. So we have another, the S15 that went earlier. Saito's on. All right, nice fast entry. Initiation about two cone into outer zone 1. Nice inside clip there. Outer zone 2 playing a little safe. Real safe right there. Outer zone 3, rolling through to inner clip. Ooh. Not bad, but feels real safe.
Yeah, like you just said it. Like you said it, the commitment level, he did kind of watch himself really carefully when he was going into the first outer zone. So I think he did that, but try to stay on line. So there's parts that you're really strong at, and there's parts that you're a little weak at too. So I think that he figured it out, and instead of going for that commitment, he went for more of the safer run, try to keep the car on line and keep it sideways the whole time. So he is getting a score. I believe it's not going to be one of the best, but he's going to put a score down for this. Is going to be good for him to go on to the second run.
It all comes to strategy at that point. You know, when you get to the outer zone 2, you notice that he kind of came in a little weak, so he needed to get this run in so he can get a score in, and then come back, collect himself, and get something else next. All right, a 74. So definitely some room to fix with what he had struggles on the first time, but not too bad at all.
All right, this is going to be an exciting one. The whole A90 GR Super craze is all over the world now, you know.
Number 770, Yusuke Kusama with the Cusco Racing Supra. Oh, all in zone 1, coming into inner clip 1, rolling into outer clip 2. Some of the dedication wasn't there, but let's see outer zone 3, rolling all the way through. You know, there was some excitement there, but it just, once again, seemed too safe.
All right, so like you just said right now, it did look a little safe, and also he was trying to gain grip or keep the car sideways or something, so there's a lot of things that he had to do to keep the car going, so it didn't look as fluid as it's supposed to be. Wavered a little bit too going out to the outer zone 3. So it's a safe run. He's going to be getting a score, but the angle and the line score is going to be affected a lot as well. So let's see what he gets for this run.
Initially, just checking out this replay, it's just he committed, fully committed from the jump, but then afterwards, it's like car got the best of him.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of pressure too, because you know you're going 100 plus kilometers going towards this wall.
Exactly.
Hey, but you know what? He still got 83. Yep.
83. Nice score there.
pretty good score.
Not a bad score at all. Next.
And yeah, you got it's a brand new car, you know.
It is. It is.
Not anybody really, you know.
You got to figure. Yeah, you're right.
You got to figure it out. So that's pretty good for a car that you're still figuring out too.
Yep.
So.
Next is number 93, Manki Ito with Team Hirano tires. With JZX on our chaser, early initiation right there. Outer zone 1 coming into inner clip 1. Outer clip 2, real shallow in outer zone 2. But coming into outer zone 3, roll all the way around across the bridge into inner clip 1. Not too bad, not too bad. Pretty exciting run.
Yeah, so he kind of killed his commitment and fluidity going into outer zone 2. It looked like he lost angle and he was trying to do something to gain it back. And he kind of lost his momentum there and commitment. But then I like how he dived into the first turn. It looked like he can go a little bit deeper though.
Okay.
But like I said, you know, this is their first runs. I don't know what's going through these drivers' minds. They're probably trying to get down lay down a score first, something that's solid, to be able to get them
on the scoreboards to really sacrifice something the second run.
Yes. Okay, it's a 74 for Manki Ito. Yeah, it looked like his line, he got docked for the line score a lot. So he's going to have to actually bring his car out a little bit more to the outer zones.
Scores put in. So next we got 85, Daisuke Hara with Team MJ Style with Action. This is going to be a 2J powered S15. Coming in with an early initiation. Outer zone 1 real shallow. Coming into inner clip 1. Going, sweeping back around to outer clip 2. Real shallow on that, but not too bad. Dedicating all the way through. Not too bad. Very, very acceptable run. But the initiation was there, the early initiation, but it just feels like that first zone just got the best of it.
Yeah, so a lot of these drivers, it kind of kills the commitment level even if you're fully floored coming up the straight.
Yeah.
But you're initiating too early where you're not even reaching the full outer zone too. So that's going to hurt you, number 1. Number 2, it's going to hurt you on the line score because you're not filling the zone. And number 3, like I was telling you earlier, the cars, you have to run the right line, or it's going to be really hard to put the car back onto the right line after you miss one zone or a clip.
Exactly. So next is going to be number 90, Shinji Minoa with a Heyman. Oh, score is going to be a 70. Nice. Line judge. The line was a little weak, but 70 definitely gives you enough room to make an improvement.
Yeah,
it's definitely a run in the books.
Yeah, so like I was saying, the line score hurt him. He did miss a lot of it, and missing the first one is going to hurt you a lot too. So
next we have number 90, Shinji Minoa with Heyman TM Lambo, JZX 100 Mark II 2J. This is actually a new car for this series. This series this year. Nice inner clip 1, nice. Outer zone 2. All the way through in outer zone 2. Very, very nice. Coming into outer zone 3. Wow. Not a bad run. What's crazy is this vehicle right here is about 2,800 to 2,900 pounds because most of it's dry carbon that he's running on it. But very nice run, very dedicated in that and committed.
Well, I gotta say one thing though. looked like he killed the speed a lot coming into the outer zone 1. He did run the outside line and carried it through, but it looked really, really safe. It wasn't like he threw the car, threw it hard with a lot of angle and got on gas right away and tried to stop the car using, the angle on the gas, It just looked like he kind of put himself there and set himself there, so it didn't look dangerous at all. It was very safe. But I think he went for going for the outside line, trying to run as much as possible angle. Exactly, yeah, because the style score might be one of the hardest scores to get and to please.
Exactly. And then also that seems like that first jump seems like everybody's struggle right now, but with this next run that they're going to be doing, they should be able to just put it out on the line and to get their spot in the top 32.
Yeah, I agree.
See what these scores are. 84.
So like I said, the style score wasn't that good, but he actually filled all the zones and did really well on the line. That actually brought his score up pretty high.
Okay.
So let's see what he's going to do for the second run. All right, so you know what? Before we go to the next run, we're going to take a small break here.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of Japanese craftsmanship. ブリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケン
ダ。伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティーズ。
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant. Valenti.
クオリティオブジャパニーズクラフトマンシップブリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、オグラレーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome back to round 2 of Formula Drift Japan here at Okuibuki Street Course.
Yeah, I got something to apologize following last round too, but we have a little difficulties in the audio. It may be fixed by now. I'm not sure, but depending on where you're from and where you're hearing it, you might be hearing more on one side or the other. Really sorry about that. The team is working really hard to fix that problem right now. So if you only could hear from one side, plug your one ear and try to enjoy it, please. Sorry about that. Or you could mute us out, so because me and Kenny are being a little annoying right now, right?
That's true. I gotta learn how to say more words. But
so I think we're I'm not sure. We're almost probably halfway through the qualifying right now, but the first ones for the qualifying looks like everybody is stepping up on the scores, but seems like most of the cars are getting scores down for the first run, so they're probably going to be able to get a comfortable score for their second run.
So next we have number 80, Yuta Komatsu. So this is an interesting car. This is actually his debut of this car. IS350, 2J IS350. Very nice, clean car, wide body. Definitely different, I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's a really nice car, beautiful car up front. I guess he borrowed one of his friend's car to compete in Suco because the car wasn't ready yet, and this is actually like the debut. So
Yes, debut. Last time he was in a JZX 100 Mark II that was, like he said, borrowed by his friend, but this is going to be very interesting seeing how this car operates for him. Definitely left some room for the next run. Outer zone 3, there wasn't quite that. Didn't really commit to it. Didn't really hit that wall line, but
yeah,
car sounds good though.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Oh, it looks good too.
Yeah, it looks good too.
It looks like he kind of rolled and stumbled into it. The commitment level wasn't there. It looks like he's trying to figure the car out still. Very, very safe run. Doesn't look like he's reaching the outside zones as much as he should be. Like this one, he totally missed outside zone 3.
Yes.
But you know, he kept the car in drift. He did. He is going to be getting a score.
See what the judges have for him.
So yeah, but definitely not as exciting as should be. So that's going to hurt his style score. But let's see what the other judges have to say. So
hopefully his volume sounds a little better.
Oh, I hope it is.
Oh, 69. Definitely with the line can be improved, definitely.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a big improvement right there. But, you know, 69, threw it down. This is the first ever score that he got for this vehicle. So hopefully he'll pick it up, collect himself, and come back with something better.
Yeah, but man, I love new cars. Well, I love different cars.
Different cars, exactly.
Yeah, I love different cars, yeah.
Next, we have 555, Yukio Fausto with the Sideways Experience. S15, 2J powered.
Yeah, this is a wild driver too, so he's one to watch. Very exciting driving style. See how he's going to lay down
Nice initiation. That was an exciting run. Outer zone 3 was very nice, riding that wall all the way through into inner clip 2. Very nice.
Yeah, so very exciting. He looked like he was committed, but I think at the same time he wasn't as fluid as he was, or he should be. There's a couple of parts that it was almost like a small hiccup for him, and he had to gain angle right there to get a little bit more angle going across the inner clip 1. And this is the tricky part when you have to, when you take the wrong line going from the outer zone 3 to the inner clip 2, you're gonna have to kind of pause to wrap your car around the second inner clip. That's gonna kind of hurt you on being fluid as well, because you're supposed to kind of flow through there with gas. But overall, it was a pretty good run.
Definitely was throwing some smoke right there. See what the judges' scores are.
Yeah, it seems like he's more wild before. Maybe he's being a little conservative for his first run. Oh, but you know what? There you
82 right there. More room for improvement, but definitely a good score to lay down for your first run.
Yeah, then also, if there's about 40 cars, there's only 32. That means about 8 cars are going to be not going home, but yeah, they're not going to be competing tomorrow. So you definitely don't want to be one of those cars.
Exactly.
You came this far.
Laying a first run down actually puts you in there, so definitely good.
Yeah, so like an 82-point run is going to be pretty assuring for him to make it.
Next is number 38, Nice outer zone 1.
Pretty good run, except his transition where he went from the inner clip to going into the outside zone. It was almost like a pause for him where he didn't flick the car as hard as he's supposed to.
Yeah.
So where the transition goes, like right there.
Right there. He didn't do a huge flick to it.
Yeah, and that's going to kind of hurt his score on the style side of it.
And then outer zone 3.
But it looks like his line score is probably going to be pretty high too. So like I said, you know, he may be losing some scores, some points through the style part of it, but he might be getting something great, good scores through the line judge and the angle judge.
So man, so he's been with the FD Japan since the beginning.
Yeah, so I think he is one of the, I forgot who the other driver was, but he's one of the drivers that actually came into FD Japan and stayed with us.
There you go.
Sport. There you go, 81
81,
points.
not bad, not bad.
So look at how high his score is. The line score, the angle score is awesome. If he could up the style score, the small mistakes that could actually deduct his score, just imagine if he didn't do that, he would have got a higher score. So his second run is going to probably be fun to watch.
Yes. Next is number 18. Hardest Okinawa, actually a crown, TJ Crown. It's also another one that sustained a little bit of damage during the practice round, but not sure what happened right there, but finishing the run up. Yeah, as you can tell, he got his car back together, the rear end smashed into that wall, came in a little hot during the practice round and just destroyed the rear end on that. I don't know what happened in that inner clip one.
I think he got a little too close to the inner clip and just kind of ran it over, but I don't know if his gearing is off or something is wrong with his car from maybe the crash or something, but the car isn't. It seemed like he was babying it through the track.
That initiation on outer zone 1, I think he came in too close, which caused him to correct himself.
Yeah, because he wasn't supposed to be there, so I think he's going to get docked for his line score because he was supposed to be a little more out on the outside zone.
Okay.
But it looked like he kind of initiated a little early too,
Yeah.
so that could actually affect him on his line score.
But yes, once again, another, I guess you could say, different car, being a Crown. Still has that huge body style like a JZ or a JZX chassis, but 61. See, once again, the line right there. Initiation at the first point, didn't have that line that he needed. But room for improvement, scores thrown down.
Yep. And you got to be brave, man. Once you go into that wall and having to come back and do it again, you know?
Yes.
It's got to be tough, so.
Yuichi Amagai, number 19. Perfect style. S15 TJ Power is actually a new car for the series. Entry coming in. Definitely like the color on that car.
Yeah.
But looks like he was a little shallow on both of his outer 2 and outer 3 zones, which probably going to affect his score.
Yeah, so commitment-wise, he looked a lot more committed than his practice runs, actually. So this is probably one of the better runs that he did all day.
Definitely his mechanics hooked him up. He had a few issues with I'm not sure what happened. He had to get towed away twice, so definitely hooked him up. But let's see what these scores are going to give him.
Yeah, there's like tad small parts of him not being as committed as he should have.
Yes.
And it wasn't as smooth as it should have been, but it's a pretty fair score from my end. So
Definitely a nice view up here. I'll give you that. 82.
82 points.
Not too bad.
Yeah, so he had angle this time, but less line, you know?
Yes.
So as you can see, the score difference, you can actually do what you're good at.
Yeah.
You can try hard at what you're really good at. And, you know, I know a lot of people aren't perfect, so there's parts that you're not so good at, you dislike, you know?
Yeah, areas of improvement, that's
exactly.
for sure. Next we have Jamaken, which is Kenji Yamada, number 888, with Nago Taka Tekno Mana Company. SR Power, not bad, coming in at outer zone 2. Flicking into outer zone 3. Inner clip 2.
Alright, so the commitment level on his run is okay. It's just that the fluidity, like, he had to correct a lot at the outer zone 2. The fluidity level right here, he looks kind of messy coming into the inside clip 1. And right here, he had to really kind of slow down a lot and then get back on gas. And right here, he almost pretty much straightened right there. He had to save it by reinitiating almost. So that's going to kind of hurt him for his score.
Man, the SR though, it sounded really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a good motor. All right, so you got a 74.
74, not bad at all.
Yep. So I think the safe zone might be mid-70s.
That's what it's looking like. Right now it's looking like that.
Yep.
Safe zones mid-70s, mid-80s is what we're looking at for the higher numbers.
Yeah, for now we're going into the almost the top 10, close to the top 10 drivers from last round.
So you have number 14, Tomohiko Murayama, and Buy Now Japan with Dunlop. S14, SR Power. Nice outer zone sweep for outer zone 1. Coming into outer zone 2, all the way deep, all the way back. Accelerating through outer zone 3. Seemed a little underpowered right there, but outer zone inner clip 1 wasn't too bad either. That outer zone 3 though, it seemed like it started bogging a little. But definitely, outer clip 1 wasn't too bad at all, and then riding the outside wall area of outer zone 2.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. I liked how he did. I liked how he went into outer zone 1. Very smooth, and a lot of commitment there.
Nice little bump of the inside clip.
Yeah, so it looks like he's going to be getting a really good score on this on the line. Very smooth run. So overall, I think it was a pretty good run.
Not bad at all. '87. There you go. Line and angle. 27, 27, 30. Not too bad.
There you go. Now looks like the scores are actually coming.
Going higher and higher.
Starting to get higher and higher. Yeah.
Getting close to our top 10 from last event. Next we have number 5, Tomohiko Tanaka. V-Style with Tensugi VR JZX 100 Chaser. 2J powered right here. This is also another new car for the series. See what they're going to bring right here. A little shallow on that outer zone 2. Riding that all the way through, and then was real deep on that inner clip 2. Seemed like they were coming a little hot in that last inner clip.
Okay, so overall, the initiation was a little bit lousy. He was pretty committed though. We would like to see a harder flick going into the first outer zone. And not as fluid as he should be. There's parts where he was leaving outside zone 2, going to outside zone 3. The car looked like it was a little upset, but you know, he fixed it and made it. He was able to pull through, which is going to give him a fairly okay score.
Yeah.
But you know, like we were saying earlier, getting a score for the first run is very, very important. Obviously, you want to be on the top of the board too, but 77, not bad for now. Yep. Yeah, it looks like his line score wasn't as high. It did look like he was leaving some of the zones a little too early. You're gonna have to stick with the or stick to the outside line of the zone or along the wall as long as possible. So
exactly.
Hopefully he can do that for the next run.
Next we have number 17, Jin Horino, with Good Ride Team, Tops Racing with Project Neo. It's going to be an S15 2J powered. This is also another veteran driver that's been around for a while. Should be an exciting run.
Oh yeah, and I gotta say his I guess his qualifying, not qualifying, I'm sorry, his practice runs earlier were looking pretty promising too, so
yeah,
pretty exciting.
He had a lot of clean runs this morning.
Yeah, but I think he's been in the game for a while, so he knows how to get the score. So let's see what he's going to do.
Coming in, nice speed, nice flick real early. Hitting that outer zone. Little early on that inner clip with the outer zone 2, riding all the way to the back end of it, maximizing it all. Putting it all out there. Cutting into the inner zone 2. Definitely initiated real early. It looks like it might have affected outer zone 1.
And yes, very smooth, but at the same time, like you said, a little bit more commitment on the first corner and outside zone 1, going into outside zone 1. It looked too safe.
Yes.
But overall, it was pretty clean. Gonna get a pretty fair score, I believe.
Definitely intimidating. That first outer zone, if you hit the top of the clip, that's like right up against the wall. So these guys coming up, you know, full speed up this hill, definitely doesn't add to it.
Yeah, so I think the factor here is going into first zone, the first outer zone,
85.
and being able to go into it very deep with a lot of excitement. And also coming out of I think, leaving the outside zone 2, going to the outside zone 3, the line there is going to be very important, which is going to carry you all the way to the inner clip 2.
Okay.
To do it smoothly. So
yes.
maybe those are the 2 areas that a lot of the driver has to concentrate.
Next we have number 100, Andrew Gray, Team Kazama with Power Vehicles. This right here is a Lexus RC 2J. Definitely it's a new car for this season. He was in a 100 last year, but let's see what he's got. Committing to the whole back side of outer zone 2, coming into outer zone 3, sweeping all the way around, and hugging the inside corner of inner clip 2. That was a pretty exciting run right there for sure. Threw a lot of smoke, initiated, kicked it, outer zone 2 flicked it out.
All right, so it looks like Gray is going really deep or deeper into the outer zones. Right here too, he's like barely touching the wall. He's filling the outer zone too. Definitely going to be a pretty good score for this run because I mean the angle on the line looks pretty promising. Style-wise, I think he could have went in a little harder, and he's probably playing it a little safer. But still, the commitment level and the smoothness is going to help him get a higher score, I believe.
That outer zone 2, though, he rode that wall to the max. But like you said, that initial initiation into outer zone 1 is going to be a factor for a lot of people today. 89, nice. Landed a really good one for a first run.
Yeah, so like you see, the line judge gave him a pretty good score because he did go in pretty deep on the first outer zone and the second outer zone, which are the longer ones. So I think those are the harder ones.
Yes.
And it looks like the lower powered cars are struggling going to the outside zone 3, which is right in front of us, because the cars try to shallow up, and it's really hard to get you from there to last.
Next, you have number 73, Kazumi Hayashi, with Team West Auto, with good ride. S15, 2J powered. So this right here is his first year with his new team. Oh. He's been doing good all morning. So, man, what happened there?
Yeah, well, he hit the wall, and the wall, that's going to really hurt him right now because it looked like he corrected really majorly. It looked like he was steering all the way. Yeah, he looked like he understeered through outer zone 2. Let me go ahead and check the check the replay. But right over here, he hits the wall, and he understeers basically for a little bit, so I think we are going to have to give him an incomplete.
So after interclip 1, he definitely came in and tried to commit way too much too early.
Yep.
But
see, so this is a fine line between trying to get a better score than everybody else and taking the risk, you know, because if you're far away from the wall, you don't have to worry about hitting the wall, but at the same time, you're going to get a good score. Versus if you run the wall, you're at a high risk where it's going to upset the motion of the car just the way Hayashi did.
And then you have to correct it all.
Exactly, but it's going to also reward you with a higher score. So this is a gamble almost, but hopefully he can put it back together, do a good enough run for the second run.
Next is number 99, Kazuya Matsukawa with Hiroshima Toyota Team Droopy. This right here for you Hachidoku fans, ooh, nice. This is a 1GR V6 twin turbo powered 8085. Nice. Very good run all the way through, coming into inner clip 2.
Wow.
Very good run, very good run. It's always good seeing Hachidoku still fighting. Very nice run. Outer zone 2 seemed a little shallow, but it was a very exciting run.
Yeah, so this is a very good example of a very, very committed run. He was on gas all the way. He flew into the first outer zone. Looked like he was going to go into the wall, but he made it right around. He made it through. And there were a small mistake here and there, which is going to hurt him on the fluidity part of the style score, but his commitment was all there. So that was a pretty exciting run.
Very nice.
So there you go. He got an 89 score, but instead of going for all the lines and the angles, he did affect the style judge more, which is me. So there was a lot more committed than a lot of the drivers, and he deserved that 89 point score. Let's see if they're going to better that on the second run.
Next we have number 8, Koichi Yamashita with Team Well JZX 100 Mark II 2J powered.
Uh-oh, sputtering.
Coming in. Outer zone 2. Holding it up. Outer zone 2. Coming into outer zone 3. Fully accelerating.
Yeah, it sounds like the car is not running right, but he still ran a pretty good run.
Yeah, not a bad run at all. Qualifying, he did really well. Or not qualifying, I mean practice, yeah.
This is qualifying.
Oh. Yeah, it sounded a little bit of sputtery at the beginning part. And he yanked on the U-brake over there coming through outer zone 2, locking it all up.
overall, it's pretty. I don't know. Maybe it looks like it was poofing smoke out of the front of the car instead of the back, where the tires. It doesn't look like it's tire smoke. And then right when you initiated, it looked like the car started sputtering. But overall, it was very smooth. He was pretty committed throughout the whole track. This is going to be a pretty promising score, I believe.
Yeah, not a bad run at all. Not a bad run at all.
Yeah, but just
There
like
you go.
another 89.
I think 89's the score to beat.
Is there a transparent acrylic glass that we can't see that they're not passing this 90 point or 89 point?
I think it is. Next we have number 33, Junya Ishikawa, Hiroshima Toyota Team Droopy. This is 8.6 powered by a V6 Reserve 1GR.
Ooh, whoa.
Coming in her outer clip one, riding it all the way around. Keep it on the throttle all the way through. Little shallow, but riding it all the way, throttled off. The outer zone one though.
Yep.
All in it. So is that the commitment you're talking about?
Okay, so I think the difference between the other car, the droopy cars, they both are going in really hot, but then I think the big difference between this one and the other AE Corolla was that the AE Corolla actually pulled it through and actually made the turn around outside zone 1, where this 8.6 kind of got washed out, so he had to kind of wait for the car to get settled. So that's where the commitment at first was there, but the fluidity and the commitment towards the end of outside zone 1 is kind of gone. Then he had to kind of get back right onto gas again, which kind of killed it. But overall, very smooth, clean run. So depending on what the line judge and the angle judge says, let's see what the score is going to be.
So yeah, both of these Team Droopy cars running the same engine, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, both Toyota V6s, right?
Yeah.
That's like another big thing in Japan with the Toyota V6s. Yep.
Oh, 87. Definitely can improve on the line, but you know,
Yeah.
not a bad score at all.
I wasn't paying attention to the line, but maybe he went a little too out on the outer side of zone 1. And yes, if you dip a tire going across the outer
zone
line,
part of it,
yeah, that'll be a deduction as well.
Okay.
So that could have been it.
So next we have 84, Masakazu Hashi with Eastworks RDS Racing Molino. S15 SR powered.
Oh, no.
Oh. That's not what you want to see right there.
Oh, no. It looked like he didn't get on gas as fast enough. And obviously these cars are pretty gripped up on the back too. So the front is gonna get, it's gonna swing right back. Gonna get you to go into the wall. I hope there's not much damage where he can actually come out and do his second run.
Driving away is a good look. So
yeah, so he didn't have to get towed off.
Exactly.
So you know what? That's one run. You still got one more.
Exactly. So that right there was our 4th place qualifier at the last event in Sugo. So
no, he was 4th place last at the round.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Not qualifier.
No, I know, but that's that's what I was translating to.
Oh,
there
okay.
you go.
No,
there
he
you
was
go.
4th place in Sugo.
Yes, overall 4th place. Yes.
So he was that's SR powered S chassis, which everybody was surprised because Sugo is one of those powerhouse tracks.
Long, yes.
Yeah, to stay on gas and this and that. But I think his grip level and also the car power and everything kind of matched perfectly there. So.
Nice. Next we have 125 Yoshichika Kamagawa with Car Guy Racing. This is the only JZA 80 Supra that's competing in the Formula Jip Japan. 2J powered. Let's see what they got. In outer zone 3, sweeping all the way across. Hugging in. I don't know about that one.
I would say it was a very clean run, very stable, but at the same time, he didn't go to the rate to angle when he initiated was very low. So right here, he kind of started to drift slowly and shallowed the car into drift. So the commitment level is kind of low there. And it didn't look like he took the car
all the way to the zone.
All the way out, yeah. Then he had a funky line here coming out of zone 2, which is going to line him up to a weird line going into the inner clip over there too. So
definitely has some wild livery on it though, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, well the car had a lot of speed. He carried a lot of speed the whole time. I think he was as committed as possible. So it's going to be a pretty decent score. Probably not going to be one of the highest, but he's going to be up there. Yeah, so as you can see already that we don't have any spectators here this time as well. Oh, 82 points.
82.
So being in the 80s right now, you're in the safe zone, so you can actually come in for the second run and just kind of blow up, right?
Show exactly what your car has.
Yeah.
Put it all out on the line.
Yeah, so we have no spectators, just like how we did with Sugo, because of the whole COVID-19 mess.
Yes.
But we do have you guys watching live stream. Thank you very much for watching this, and now...
Thank you, thank you. Now we have number 36, Kazumi Takahashi with TMS Racing Team. BMW E92, also 1GR powered. Nice entry into that, coming into zone 1. Or inner clip 1, outer zone 2, riding it all the way around. Outer zone 3, nice sweep all the way across into inner clip 2. Definitely a really nice, exciting run right there. He's been real consistent all day today, I must say. Definitely a nice run.
I would have to say, being picky right here, mid outside zone 1, he had a slight wobble, leaving the outside zone 1. But other than that, looks pretty smooth.
Rode the rest, yeah. A pretty good angle and everything, not too bad. See the scores on this one.
Yeah, but that's Eurofighter chassis. E92 is very, very popular all over the world now for drifting. Very nice chassis. I think it's one of the first in Japan too. And putting a 1GR, a V6 turbo, twin turbo is pretty amazing.
It is 87. Has room for the line judge, improvement on that, but not a bad score to put down. Like you said, 80s is pretty much, you know, you feel pretty safe in the 80s.
Yeah, it's going to be, the second run for all these drivers is going to be crazy because everybody's going to want to come into the 90s and take the top spot.
Exactly. Next, we have number 15, Katsuhiro Ueo with Valino. Team Valino and it's S15 VR38 power.
So he's the winner of Sugo.
Yes.
So this is the last qualifier for the first run.
High. Nice initiation in outer zone 2, full throttle through to inner clip 1. All that smoke going out right there. Outer zone 2 starting from the beginning, finishing all the way through, hitting the clipping point to outer zone 3, rolling all the way through. Now he threw some smoke.
All right, so once again, being picky, you know, obviously we're at this level of driving. Everything looked really, really great. I mean, he did have a small bobble here and there, and there's a little hiccup here because he looked like he over-rotated there. The car drastically lost his momentum going straight.
Okay.
This is going to hurt him on the style score, but it's still a fairly good score.
Yes,
in my opinion. So
definitely.
Yeah, man. So if that deduction wasn't there, leaving the outside zone 2, it would have been a pretty killer run. Everything else looked really great. Line-wise, angle-wise, I'm not sure. But for the style, that's going to actually hurt him kind of.
but definitely exciting. Exciting to watch him drive for sure.
Yeah, so getting back on gas as soon as possible. There you go, 86 points.
86 points.
So getting back on gas as soon as possible is key factor in getting an exciting run.
All right, we're going to go ahead and head to a short commercial break. Stay tuned, and we'll see you after this break.
We'll be right back. The second run for all the other drivers that made it through the first runs is going to be coming up soon.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。 ウエット A。
ウエットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of Japanese craftsmanship. ブリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りでも高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、オグラレーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。 ウエット A。
ウエットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら 雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant. Valenty.
Quality of Japanese craftsmanship. ブリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、オグラレーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenty.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant. Valenty.
クオリティオブジャパニーズクラフトマンシップグリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー。
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome back to round 2 of 2020 Formula Drift Japan here at Okuibuki Street Course. So far, the drivers finished one of their runs, and they're on one of their runs for qualifying. Now we're about to start their second run for qualifying.
Yeah, so in order to qualify for tomorrow, you got to be within the top 32 scores of what they do today, and it's going to be the best of the 2 runs they have. So everybody already did their first run. Looked like the scores are somewhere in between late 60s to late 80s. So I think the highest scores are like 89 or something. So
this round should be really exciting. I'm excited for it because these guys are going to come out here and give it their all, and it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, and like we were talking about it earlier, there were a couple of cars that actually ended up into the wall. Actually, during the qualify too, there was a couple of mishaps. Hopefully that doesn't happen for the drivers for their second run. They can put down a clean run, exciting. I would like to see everybody in the tandem, but that's not going to happen. Only 32 cars are going to be making it through.
Very true. Oh. All right. At the line right now, we have number 55, Toshiharu Kazama, with Team Kazama with Power Vehicles. Powering a JZX 100 Chaser, 2J powered.
Yeah, I think they put this car together fairly quickly to make it to Sugo so he can actually compete for the whole season. Earlier, unfortunately, he did get it incomplete for his first run. Hopefully he can put down a score on his second run.
See what he's got. Coming in. Initiating. A little light initiation, real light. Oh. Coming to outer zone 2. Sweeping around to outer zone 3. All the way around to the inner clip 2. For some reason, the start of that just either the vehicle wasn't doing what he wanted it to do or something just wasn't right.
Yeah, so this is going to be, I'm going to have to double check the replay real quick. But
Okay.
I don't think he was in drift.
Out of
after
the 3-2-1 cone?
Well, I mean, he started to initiate, and the car was slightly sideways going through the outer zone right here. Then after that, it looks like the car just kind of drove. Yeah, he just kind of turned around, or he just made the turn. Yeah, so we're going to probably have to give him an incomplete.
Oh, that's rough. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah,
it
but
just looks like something wasn't right.
yeah, like the car looked like it was struggling through practice today, and didn't look like he was able to put down a fairly good run all day today too. So this is going to be a tough one for him. But yeah, that's the second incomplete for him. And we would have to say that he did. There was a major correction, major straightening after the outside zone 1.
Next, we have number 35, Takahiro Morozumi. Team DG5 powered S15 powered SR. Nice initiation. Oh!
You know what?
What's that?
He looked pretty committed going into outside zone 1. It looked really, really good, So I was expecting big things right now,
But that wall will get you every time.
yeah, it's really hard to get back on the gas as soon as possible.
Yeah.
With that wall coming at you that fast.
Yep.
So.
You see that wall creeping up, and acceleration is not pretty much the first instinct that most think about.
Yeah.
So that's a rough one right there.
Yeah, but he had a 73 for his first run, so that might actually get him through barely.
Top 32
I don't have
barely.
the scores. Yeah, I don't have all the scores added up to see how many cars are going to be going through or which score is going to go through or not, but that could be. So he's going to have to sit and wait for the almost 40 drivers go and make their second run.
Next, we have car 130, Saori Iwasaki, with 5X tires, with garage LFW and Nadi.
Yeah, so unfortunately she got an incomplete for her first run as well.
Yes.
Hopefully she can put down a score for the second run.
Let's see what she has coming up. Coming into initiation. Nice early initiation. Committing to, oh!
Man.
The commit. It just needed to have that commitment.
Man, you know what? I have to tell you though, I mean, she got an incomplete for this run too.
Yeah.
But the improvement that she just had from the first run to the second run, there was no commitment whatsoever for her first run, and she just came in that hot. Obviously, she didn't make it around the track.
Yeah, especially initiating from the third cone out, coming in. But that wall really does creep up. It's a pretty scary wall.
Yeah, okay, so I mean I've driven before too, but it's really, really, really hard, and it's kind of scary too when you're going towards a wall. For the guys that are watching the live stream, so you got to give them credit for having the guts to be able to come out here and perform at this level. So good luck to they got 2 incomplete, so good luck to them for the next round.
Next we have number 408, Shoya Saito with Car Guy Racing. So again, it's S15 SR powered. Coming in, long initiation, long pull of the brake. Coming into the inner clip, 1. Coming around all the way around outer zone 2. Real shallow on outer zone 3 and hitting inner clip 2.
All right, so I do have to say that he did better his score.
He did.
Style-wise, from his first run to the second run. The second run was a lot more exciting than the first run. But there are a few hiccups here and there that he couldn't keep the drift going. The car was kind of wobbly, trying to keep it sideways, and he had to keep clutch kicking the car, which was giving the car a little bit of pause here and there for it to stay sideways.
Yeah, well, it looked like he corrected a little coming out of outer zone 2. But definitely, like you said, improvement.
This is pretty impressive because everybody just came back, second run, boom, 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 even with the incompletes and not the incompletes.
And making changes.
Yeah, everybody's, so very impressive.
$75.
There you go, he did better his score. Earlier he got a 66, 75 is a big jump for him.
Yes, it is.
Now you just have to wait. Hopefully that'll get him through for tomorrow's main event for the tandem.
For top 32. Next, we have number 53, Mitsunori Yoshimura with Team Mori.
He is a rookie.
Yes, rookie driver here. First year in Formula G Japan. Has an SR-powered S15. Nice early initiation. Can he pull it out? dragging it around, coming into inner clip 1. That's where throttle control comes in. There it goes right there, inner clip 2 to outer zone 3, or outer zone 2, outer zone 3, coming into inner clip 1. Seems like he was very hesitant on outer zone 2 with the throttle, just kind of like...
Yeah, he was feathering the throttle. I think he was trying to find where he can get back on gas as soon as possible. Maybe the car is set up fairly loose.
And that's one of those things for style is being able to stay on the throttle and not feather, not baby, not do any of that. Just throttling through, having that commitment for the outer zones.
Yeah. Just had to double check on the replay to see.
Definitely nice view up here.
But I think he did better score my end compared to his last run, so we'll see what the total is going to be.
Oh, 75.
75.
Definitely could add some more improvement in the style area, but, you know, 75, still kind of that middle pack area. Next, we have number 9, Harutomo Tamanishi with Team Diva gold S15 SR tower. Real wide on that. Come in inner clip 1, sweeping out to the outer zone 2. Very safe on the throttle there. Outer zone 3, sweeping all the way around to the inner clip 1. Not a bad run, but just a matter of that whole throttle control.
Yeah, definitely better than his first run. Impressive, like I said. Everybody's upping their driving from their first run to the second run. There's a lot more commitment and also a lot smoother than how he was. Just looking at it right now, though, it looked like he kind of left some space on the in-clip 1 and the outside zone 1 and right here along the wall, too. But you know what? I do have to say that his run earlier, or his first run, definitely a better score for the second run.
Not bad at all.
So
76.
76. Yep, there you go. 76 points.
Next, we have 168, Masayo Minawa in Heyman with Heyman TM Lambo JZX 100, 2J power.
Lambo?
Labo. I'm sorry. Initiation from outer zone 2, real shallow in outer zone 2, inner clip 1. Nice inside clip on that. Ooh. Took it too shallow. Outer zone 3. Holding it all the way around to inner clip 2, real wide on that. Man, that outer zone 2 right there.
Yeah,
so you think that first line from outer zone 1, sweeping around to the inside clip 1 caused that?
Yeah, definitely. When you're on the wrong line in the beginning, it's going to make it hard for you to get back on to the right lines here. Very slow, lousy initiation right there.
Yes.
Not quick to rate. Clips the in clip right here. Not so. The flick of the transition isn't really hard as well. And then right when she reached the outside zone 3 area, she lost a lot of her angle. So that's going to hurt the score as well.
Definitely going to affect the score with that. Not hitting those outer zones.
Yeah, and not so much. It didn't look like she bettered her earlier run. The excitement level wasn't really there too, so
She actually got
68.
She got a lower score actually than the first run. She got a 72 for the first run.
Line judge took, or the line score took a pretty big hit on that one.
Yeah, because she did miss a lot of the outer zones.
Yes.
And that's one of the important parts for the qualifying. So hopefully the 72 will get her through.
Next we got number 87, Yukiko Ishiguro with Team Real Style with the S15 SR Power. Ooh. Complete straighten up right there at the initiation. Sweeping around to outer zone 3, coming all the way around. I don't know, but from the beginning it didn't look good, so it might be looking at an incomplete here.
Yeah, I think if you're slightly past the 3-2-1 cone where you're supposed to initiate at, you were supposed to be in drift motion at the 1 cone after the 3-2-1 cone, but right here it looks like she struggled to keep the car sideways and
straightened up
right there. Yeah, so she went straight, and it wasn't slightly, it was pretty obvious by eye, so we will probably have to give her an incomplete for this run. But she did get a 79-point run for the first run, so hopefully that could get her
That
through.
could be good enough for her for pushing to the top 32.
Yeah, so a lot of the times when you try to grip your car up at initiation, it's really, really hard for the car to, or for you to kick out the car to go to drift, you know, and it looked like she was struggling to do that. And she had to reinitiate after the car didn't want to go sideways. So
next we got number 41, Shinichi Uemura.
yeah, this guy was one of the drivers that was one of the victims of the wall.
Yes, the wall.
During practice, so.
Had a very conservative run at first, but I think this should be something else right here. Coming into inner clip 1. Outer zone 2. Ooh. And straight back out.
This one might be a little obvious, but the car was very, very shallow. He couldn't hold the drift throughout the whole track. He basically corrected and straightened a few times almost, and yeah, we're gonna have
definitely
to
a
give
rough
an
one on that.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, he did hit the wall during practice, and that could have affected him mentally and physically.
For that initial,
yeah, the car might have some kind of damage that he's carrying from that wreck. So too bad for him this time. Good luck for him next time. So that's 3 cars that we have out already that's got 2 incompletes.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and you know, to be honest, as a competitor, when you're sitting, and if you're sitting on the bubble, when things like this happen, you know, it's unfortunate for some people, but for you, you know, that actually gives you a better chance to be into, you know, get into the main event too. So it's a weird feeling where you want people to not succeed, but at the same time, you know, you want to wish everybody good luck too.
Exactly. This is number 61, Kunihiko Machi with Michi Racing with Good Ride Motorsports. S15 Silvia Air 2J, outer zone 2, all the way in the back, rolling outer zone 3 into the inner clip 2. So between outer zone 1, it's pretty good, maximizing it. And then an inner clip 2, riding it all the way through, hitting the inside clip on that.
Yeah, so that was a very, looked like a pretty clean run. He looked like he was going in really fast. Very smooth. He was a little wobbly coming out of, or going into outside zone 1. But other than that, the car looked pretty smooth. There was a few hiccups here and there.
Coming out of outer zone 2, yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, that was actually pretty good. Yeah, but that feeling, it's really exciting when you see the car, especially we're watching it live too, but when the car looks like it's going to something's going to happen to it when they initiate, you know, going really fast and being that committed going into the turn. It's really, really exciting.
Got 82 right here, not bad.
I think he left a few scores that he could pick up.
A few points out there?
Yeah, on the line. Looked like he did. He didn't go deep enough in certain areas.
82 is not, you know, not severely bad, but, you know.
He got an 85 earlier. So,
yeah, so
I mean,
definitely.
Yeah. So maybe that's why he was able to kind of go in hard, but he made the risk. And as a result, it didn't work out as well.
Next is number 344, Hayato Miyoshi. R34 coupe, whoa, coming in. Nice little angle there. Putting it all out there. Come on, get it. Oh! Suffered a little bit on that outside zone 2, going outside zone 3, rolling all the way in, but that outside zone 2, that initiation, that flick just seemed a little too much pause for it.
Yeah, so like I was telling you earlier, he already has a score. He has an 86-point run, so he probably came in and threw it in really hard. Ended up not being good for him for this run, but I definitely think that, you know, he kind of put it all out there to be able to make a run. But right here too, yeah.
The initial outer zone 2 seemed okay, but then when he came out of it is whenever it had a little bit of straight and hesitation.
Yeah, so there's 2 areas that were kind of major for him. That's where I basically deducted for the style score, but let's see what he gets for everything else. But yeah, when you kick that much angle and the car comes to almost a halt or something, that slows your momentum down, because we're not judging anything from speed and we don't have any speed scores. We're just watching the reaction of the car. If you're going really fast on the straightaway, how bad you're slowing down when the car is sideways. Especially when he was leaving the outside zone 1, he almost came to a half spin. That probably killed a lot of the momentum for the car to carry itself to inside clip 1.
So as you saw, scored an 80. You said, what, 86 last time, right?
Yeah, he got 86 last time, yep. So that should be good enough, right?
Should be.
Yeah.
From the looks of it. So now we have number 13, Yasuhiro Takaki. So 180, SR powered 180 right here.
Whoa! No!
Holding it through. Oh!
Man, but that was some awesome driving right there.
Yes.
He just threw it all in. He ended up getting an incomplete for this run, but man, that's called commitment right there. If he could have pulled that off, that would have been a full score for sure.
He held that thing all the way through, and I was having high hopes for that.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. See, so when you look at the runs that you see earlier, that was kind of, you know, the drivers kind of trotting through, you know, but then this is like he just threw it in there, didn't care, full angle, you know, try to get on gas as soon as possible. Yeah, that was really exciting.
That was some extreme angle right there.
We would like to see a lot of this, but a little more safer though, because I don't want to see anybody's cars ending up in the wall.
Wow.
Yeah, so Takaki is, you know, he's not, you know, killing it out there all the time, but he's definitely
not afraid to put it out there. That's for
he's
sure.
definitely kind of showing him his skills off lately. So he got an 87-point run earlier too. So that's actually one of the higher qualifying scores.
Exactly. Next, we're gonna have 666, which is a Shuichi Mano, powering the 1 Via, not the Onevia. 2J powered 1 Via right here, bringing in some speed. There you go. Nice, nice. Coming out of the outer zone 1, inner clip 2, outer zone 1, flicking it out, riding it all the way around. Coming into outer zone 3, riding the wall all the way around to inner clip 2. I'm gonna say,
hey, you know what?
That was a nice.
That was pretty.
I like that. That start, just the start of it.
That was I don't like watching his earlier run. He got a 75 point, so he didn't seem like he'd be able to pull that off, but he just did. That was really smooth. Style-wise, he was pretty committed. That was a lot of speed going into the outer zone 1, and he did not let off. He tried to get on gas as soon as possible. It looks really, really smooth. He doesn't really have any hiccups I'm just being a little picky, but man, this is going to be something. This is going to be something.
90.
There you go, 90 points.
That's
he
our
is
first 90.
Exactly, and he's the points leader.
There you go. Nice. See right there? Commitment, dedication at that initial point can make a difference.
Hey, all these drivers are actually not doing their best on their first. They're coming into their second runs and just laying down some crazy
Exactly.
runs. This is what I want to see.
They're keeping us in suspense.
Yep.
They want us to stick around and watch. Alrighty, now we have number 963, Daichi Mizutani. Driving an S15 coming up, bringing some heat. Early initiation, right in that full outer zone. Come into inside clip 1, nice. Outer zone 2 started a little early, but right in that whole outside outer zone 2, but came a little bit off. Outer zone 3. It's just getting better and better again. So with the outer zone 2, he came out. He was riding the full outside wall of it, but then he came a little bit off track.
Yeah, I think his line going into outer zone 2, or coming out of the outer zone 2, wasn't it wasn't the ideal. So that kind of screwed him with going to outside zone 3, and from outside zone 3 going into the inside clip 2.
Okay.
So he had to do something a little wavy there. But definitely a better run, much of a better run than his 78-point score that he had earlier.
Had a clean flow to it. I mean, a little bit coming off, but it still had a clean flow.
And
no
I don't even know. I don't even know if it was. I don't know if it was Takaki who just threw in that incomplete. That was amazing. And then Mano came and just started this little trend where all these guys are just starting to pick up. They're becoming lively all of a sudden. You know,
exactly.
Maybe it was too hot earlier. Maybe
That's
they were
what
just baking in their car. Now it's getting a little cooler.
Yeah, clouds
86
are coming out.
points.
Yeah, nice. 86 points.
Wow, amazing. Guys, there's some amazing driving out here in Okuibuki today.
Yeah, it is. Number 328 is next. Shinichiro Saito. 180SX, 2J powered 180SX. Coming in hot. A little, not too bad on the initiation. Coming in inside clip and getting the full inside clip of 1. Coming out of outer zone 2, riding it all the way around. Hit the inside clip 2.
Very smooth. The pace isn't as high as the earlier runs that we just saw.
Yeah.
But definitely better than what his earlier run was.
Let's look at the initiation right here. It just seems like he...
Yeah, the fluidity was there, but then commitment right here, he kind of killed a little bit of speed when he was initiating.
He initiated, but he just kept his initiation through outer zone 1. And then he was like, okay, I'm already here, so let's commit and give it some gas.
But you know what? Definitely a better run than his first run.
Yes.
Let's see what the score is going to be. Man, I'm getting these drivers are getting me excited.
How exciting would it be if him and his son battled it out?
Man, that's crazy.
That would be.
Yeah, because you know, if I had to battle my son for something, and I would just be like, yo, man, don't make me look bad. Come on. Or I'm going to be like, yo, you just take it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So I wonder what that's going to be. I want to actually go, if they ever do that, I want to go and ask them about it. Oh, there you go, 80 points.
80 points. Nice.
I think if you're in the 80s, I think definitely you're
got a spot.
safe.
Exactly.
Yep, you got a spot in the top 32. Man, but I'm telling you, this past couple of chassis just started this trend where everybody's getting exciting. Now the pressure is on these drivers coming in
right
next.
here. Number 770, Yusuke Kusaba. This nice, clean A90 Supra. Yes, initiation, nice. Coming in that inner clip 1. Yes. Working that car all the way around. Outer zone 3. Coming into inner clip 2. Hugging it in. Not bad, not bad.
All right, so once again, a pretty exciting run by Kusaba. Style-wise, definitely better than his earlier run. He does look like he has to kill a little bit of speed over here.
On that first initiation.
Yeah, in his initiation. A little bit more. But overall, very smooth. Right here, he had to get back on gas, and that looked really a little sloppy.
A little hoppy on that.
Yeah, but definitely very smooth.
It's just getting better and better for him with that car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell. There you go.
86.
So he did up his score from 83 to 86. Man, this is cool. I don't know if it's the track conditions because it's getting cooler, or the drivers are actually, their heads are getting colder, or they're not as hot as earlier because they're not sitting in the car where it's hot.
This
it's
overcast
nice
is
breeze.
really nice.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
It's cooling off. Next, we have number 93, Manki Ito, the JZX 100 Chaser, bringing in some speed, early initiation, committing to that turn coming in, holding it all the way around to zone inner clip 1, outer zone 2. Oh, keep going, come on, ride that out, keep going. Outer zone 2, 3. That outer zone 2, I don't. It was looking good, that inner clip 1 coming out of it, flicking it, but that flick just kind of turned into dragging it out.
Yeah, so that wasn't to a point where it's an incomplete, what he did right now at the outer zone 2, because he was still kind of in drift, but right there he couldn't he couldn't do the transition and flick the car out as hard as he's supposed to, which kind of screwed with everything else after that part. But going up to that area, going into the outer zone 2, definitely he was doing a lot better than earlier.
You think speed played a part coming out of outer zone or inner clip 1?
It could be because these guys have different grip levels, and like I said, believe it or not, track conditions do change drastically with the temperature, and that could actually make a difference in grip. So air pressure and all that stuff could come in play. But you know what? He's closer to 80, so this might be good enough to push him into the top 32. Yeah, so he's going to be one of the drivers that are going to be in the pits with their fingers crossed.
Not bad at all.
See, if I could have everybody qualify and everybody do tandem, that would be the best. But that's
true.
That's not how the world works, So
next we have number 85, Daisuke Hara. In the Action S15 Sylvia 2J power. Nice initiation. Wow. Coming in a little shallow on the inner clip 1. Hitting that outer zone early. Not fully dedicated, hit the backside, coming in outer zone 3. Ooh. Got throttle happy towards the end right there.
Yeah, so I don't know if the car is running rough or something, but it sounds like the car was starting to struggle after outer zone 2. But it looked like he was coming kind of he was leaving outer zone 1 a little early. Yeah, he left a little early. Maybe the power of the car is not there or something, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I want to look carefully, make sure that he did an incomplete here. After outer zone 3, he was still in drift, so we're going to go ahead and give him a score, but it's actually going to be...
That was very close.
Yeah, the fluidity wasn't there, commitment wasn't there.
The initiation was real aggressive from the start, but it was almost too soon, too much angle, which shallowed him up coming out of outer zone 1. And then coming to inner clip 1, he just had to make up for it. But
all right, so that's 71. He only got 1 point more than his run he had earlier.
moving in the right direction.
Yes, of course.
Next, we have number 90, Shinji Minoa, with a 2J powered JZX 100 Mark II.
Yeah, so his earlier run was at 84.
See what he's got here. Coming in with some nice speed, early initiation, hitting that outer zone, staying there, hitting the inner clip, real close on the inner clip, riding that outer zone all the way to outer zone 2. Nice. Riding all the way around to the inside clip 2. Nice. That was a beautiful ride on that outer zone too.
Yeah, definitely a better style score that I will be giving him than his first run. A little bit more excitement. It still doesn't seem as committed when he is running or going into the first corner right here. So it looks like he does kill a lot of the speed. But definitely a clean run. Yeah, it's a very safe and clean run, it looks like.
Ooh, he had a little bit of correction right there on that last outer zone.
But overall, I think he already had an 84, and most likely he's going to be making it into the top 32. But let's say if you do want to get a high qualify score and get into a better bracket, you're going to have to get a higher qualify score. So hopefully he gets something better than what he got earlier.
Exactly. Let's see what they gave him.
Yeah, but the track has changed drastically from the first run to the second run because it's a lot cooler right now.
With the sun going away, yeah, track's probably a lot cooler.
I'm not sweaty anymore.
Well, I got shade now. They hooked me up and dropped this the sidewall for me, so I'm not suffering as much.
Yeah, we were baking earlier under the sun. So our right, if you see us next time, and if one side of us is darker than the other,
86, but you know why.
You know why, yeah. So there you go. I think that was a fair score. He did up his score from 84.
Next, we have number 80, Yuta Komatsu.
Yeah, and I think he's one of the drivers that are on the bubble. He only has 69 points.
Yeah.
And it's a brand new car.
See what this new car's going to do for him. Nice safe initiation. Real shallow in outer zone 1. Coming in inner clip 1. Outer zone 2, real shallow again. And same with outer zone 3. I mean,
yeah, it's a very low energy. It was smooth, but at the same time, it was smooth because the commitment wasn't there.
It was very safe. It seemed like it was very safe for the car itself, as in like
exactly
new car jitters, I guess you can say.
Yeah. So right there, it seems like he doesn't reach outside zone 1. Opens. Right there, outside zone 2. Fluid, smooth, but not committed.
Yes.
So definitely.
Hitting those zones is very key when it comes to hitting those higher scores. So we'll see if he can get higher than you said. What was the last score? 16?
69, yeah.
Okay. So we'll see how that's going to go. But, learning the car more and more, it's just going to get better for him. So
definitely. The more you drive it, the more you're going to know it.
69 again.
Got same score, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the line judge hurt him a lot because he did pretty much miss most of the outside zones.
Yep.
He wasn't even in the box, so.
That'll definitely ding you pretty hard.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what the scores are, and I don't know what 60s. If you're in the 60s, I'm not sure where you're going to be.
How many people are knocked out from the numbers we have?
Yeah.
We'll see. We have 555, Yukio Fausto with S15, 2J powered S15. Like you said, this guy's a pretty exciting driver. So we'll see what he has right here. Ooh. He wanted the full outer zone of outer zone 1, coming in outer zone 2. Ooh. Lost a little bit towards the end, but outer zone 3 riding it all the way around to inner clip 1.
Yeah, definitely know what he was trying to do, but I don't think he reached his goal.
What he wanted.
Yeah, what he really wanted to do.
Outer zone 2, he could have had a little bit more commitment to the outer side of it, but here's his
right
initiation.
Here, he has a bobble right here.
Yeah, almost straightened up.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, early in their drift, that can make the difference right there for the end.
Yeah, like
I said,
could
throw them off their.
Yeah, honestly, I think a lot of the tracks, a lot of the FD tracks, if you don't have it together on the first run, or I'm sorry, the first corner, the first turn, and the first outer zone, or whatever zone it is, it's definitely going to make it harder for you to be able to carry that momentum through the whole track. You know?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
all you're doing is trying to fix your earlier mistakes, and you're going to be concentrating on that. Then that kind of takes away the whole smoothness
The rest
and
of it,
everything.
yeah.
So the first. That's why we, even the line judge and the angle judge, they have 10 points each at the outer zone 1 because that's probably one of the most important areas. Obviously, all the areas is really important.
84.
We still got 84.
Still not a bad score at all.
So
That's really good.
He kicked a lot of angle, and that helped him out a lot.
Yes.
So like you said, or like I said earlier, if you drive the track fully and don't give up to the end and try to fill the mistakes that you did earlier, you can still get a decent score.
That's true. Next, we have number 38, Tadahiro Fukara. With the JZX 100 Mark II right here, 2J powered. Full initiation early. Nice committing. Oh, straighten up a little bit right there. Coming at inner clip 1. Going to outer clip 2, or outer zone 2. Go all the way ride. Riding all the way around to outer zone 3. I think it's that initial initiation. The sooner you do it, it messes with you after that.
Yeah, I think it's because if you don't have enough speed coming up the hill, if the car doesn't have enough momentum, it could mess you up. If you do it too early, you're going to come short on the outer zone 1. If you do it a little too deep, you're going to end up in the wall.
Exactly.
So you're right in between. And
you have to find that balance.
Yeah, and also there must be some kind of fear there, not wanting to, plow your car into the wall too. But that would have been really, really well. But coming out of outside zone 1, he did have a little ball. Hey, but you know what? He still got 87.
There you go.
Still got 87, so
Not
very
bad at all.
smooth. Yep.
That's that veteran mentality right there. Next is number 18, Tatsura Iya. With the crown, 2J powered crown. Nice. Hit the inner clip 1. Oh, come on, keep with it. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Oh, straight up right there. That's rough. Because his first run wasn't.
He got a 61 for
Yeah.
his first run. So he dove in, very brave of him, diving into the outer zone 1 the way he just did after hitting it for practice.
Practice, yeah.
But I'm not sure if it was gearing or something, but he looks like throughout the whole track he's struggling to keep the car going. Seems like he's
the power,
struggling.
yeah.
He's messing with the car constantly to keep it spinning, so that, takes his eyes off of the wheels or something else, where a simple mistake that might have came back and got him right here where he straightened out right in front of the judging stand.
Yeah, coming into that outer zone 2, it just seems like he struggled a little to keep it in gear and keep it going and spinning. So.
Yeah, so that's a lot of clutch work and a lot of on gas, but maybe next time,
Yep. Next we have number 19, Yucha Amagai. 2J powered S15 coming in hot. Nice outer zone 1 sweep coming in inner clip 1. Sweeping full outer zone 2. No! Just came in a little too hot on outer zone 2.
You know what? But overall, if he could have pulled that run off, if he didn't have the mistake coming out of outer zone 2, that would have been a higher score than his first one for sure, because a lot more commitment right here. I'm not sure if the guys who started this whole trend earlier with the high committed entry affected these guys who are watching. Very exciting to see. Up until he was leaving outside zone 2, the car had to correct. We're going to give him an incomplete for that for straightening the car.
Yeah, right at the outside of outer zone 2.
But he's sitting on an 82-point run from his first qualify run, so
not bad. That probably should push him into the top 32.
Yeah, that should be good enough for him.
Next is 888 Kenji Yamada, also known as Jamaken, with an S15 SR powered. Sounds really good. Initiation riding that wall all the way through. Coming in inner clip 1. Full entry. Dedicating it all. Riding that full backside of outer zone 2. Coming into the wall for outer zone 3. That was exciting right there. The outer zone 2 just riding that full wall all the way around.
Yeah, definitely exciting. Very smooth. The commitment of it, it doesn't seem like he was as committed as what we saw earlier.
For initial initiation?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was smooth enough and it was good enough for an exciting run. But everything else looks really good because he's on the outside of the outside zones. Right here, he misses the in clip by a little bit.
Even hitting that outside, the first zone, riding that wall all the way around, he kept the flow. That was a good thing. He didn't make any crazy corrections or anything. It almost looked like he meant to make that happen.
Yeah. But very exciting. Very similar to what we've seen earlier with the whole excitement. Definitely looking at a good score right here.
Yes.
And you know what? These are guys that are on SR-powered S chassis. There you go, 88
wow, 88
points.
Nice. Look at his line score, 27. Not bad at all.
Yeah. So if you have a high, if you're over 35 on style, over 25 on line and angle, that's very promising for a good score. So
next we have number 14, Tomohiro Murayama in the S14 SR powered. Coming in hot. Early initiation, full angle. Oh, keep it going. Ride it all the way around. Inner clip 1 to outer zone 2. Riding the full outside spot of outer zone 2. Hit outer zone 3 all the way around. So like we were talking about earlier, that early commitment really makes a difference on where that's going to place them and how they're going to be in that first initial outer clip.
Yeah, I think definitely car setup too. So if it's more loose, you can start early and throw it. But right here, if he could have kept it a little more in the track,
yeah,
it would have looked a lot smoother. But then the commitment level is very high, but not being able to leave there at where he was expecting to leave is definitely messing with the rest of the track too. But it's still, I think, overall good run. There was a mistake right there.
Yeah, everything after that was just had good flow, good everything on that. Let's see.
Yeah, definitely could have been better if he did not make that mistake at the outer zone, the first outer zone. So right now the leading score is 90 points, and we have an 89 and an 88 and an 87 and an 86 line. Yeah, there you go, 85. I think
85.
I think
80s you're safe.
Yeah,
for sure.
So if he didn't make that mistake on the outside of the outside zone 1, definitely would have been a lot higher than that score that he just got.
All right, next we have number 5, Tomoki Tanaka. JZX 100 Chaser 2J powered. Once again, I said this is a new car for them this year. Coming in hot. Ooh. Full angle to inner clip 1, outer zone 2. Just not fully committed in outer zone 2, but outer zone 3 kind of got affected by that also. So going from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3, it just seems like both of them played in part with one and one being so shallow.
Yeah, so I see the commitment level, but I think by doing that, the car doesn't look as smooth as it's supposed to, and it kind of got a little messy through the track where he's not hitting all the lines
got super
that
shallow.
he's supposed to. And right here, he almost came to a stall, a little wobble there.
I can see the intention, but like you said.
Yeah, but I would have to say, as style judge, bettered it by a hair than his first run. But we'll see what the other judges have to say.
Yes. I do like how it's cooling down.
Oh yeah, I love it. And I love how that
78
actually.
So the line
is exactly the same score as earlier. I gave him 1 point more for style, and that's what gave him the extra 1 point because he had a 77 earlier. Now he has 78.
Oh,
yeah.
Think his line took a hit?
No. It's exactly the same.
Wow.
And I just gave him 1 more point.
So next we have number 17, Jin Horino with S15 power, 2J power S15 coming in. Ooh.
Nice.
Initiating. Committing to the initiation. Riding that wall. Outer zone. Coming into outer zone 3. Not bad at all. And then it's all in that inner clip too.
That was really smooth though.
Definitely took a different approach with the initiation.
Yeah,
right
so this run he showed how you can kind of slow down using the angle at the outer zone 1. Very good example for that. So very committed. Flicked his car enough to the point where he was able to not go in backwards, but definitely use the momentum of the car, use the angle and the gas for braking, so he doesn't go all the way out into the wall. So very smooth though.
Very smooth run overall.
Yeah. There
90.
you go. That's a 90-point
There you
run.
go.
So right there, the angle and the style point actually helped him out a lot. Well, the angle did a lot because definitely he was kicking a lot of angle throughout all the zones and the clips.
Maximizing them all.
Yeah.
Next, we have number 100, Andrew Gray with Team Kazama and Power Vehicle. 2J powered Lexus RC coming in hot. Coming in inner zone, clip 1, outer zone 2. Throttling through outer zone 2, coming along, outer zone 3. Full throttle. The start seemed kind of
very exciting run. It's just that it still seems like he's saving right here. The rate to angle from going to straight, and he totally missed outside zone 1. So I think he noticed as he was going next to, or when he was driving by outside zone 1, he was probably like, oh man, I just missed the zone. It looked like he took it a little safe.
But he didn't let it get to him. At outer zone 2 and 3, he just kept with it. Rode the outside edge and made it happen. But yeah, like you were saying earlier, coming up this hill with this incline, calculating how much speed you're going to need to hit the right angle to hit the first initial outer zone is just, it takes a lot.
Yeah, and making it look safe is definitely not going to help you on the style score.
No.
I know 83 points. I know that doing a fast run versus it looking fast and looking exciting is totally different, because you can be going 100 miles an hour, but if it looks like you're going 80, that has, there's no point.
Exactly.
So you have to actually make it look exciting, but it looked a little too safe, and the rate of angle when he was initiating was a little weak.
Yeah. So now we have number 73, Kazuki Hayashi. 2J powered S15 right here. It's a little shallow there, coming out outer zone 2, riding it all the way out. It's a little shallow on it, straight. Seemed like he corrected coming outer zone 2, coming into outer zone 3.
Yeah, so that's going to be a deduction on the fluidity portion of it and the commitment of it.
He hit the top of that outer zone 2 and then just felt like something was off.
Yeah, it was a very low energy run by Hayashi, but I think that might be because he's just trying to lay down a score to get through qualifying, because earlier he got it incomplete.
Okay.
And, Yeah, because it didn't look like he was taking many risks at all.
Yeah,
he was just kind of throttling through and just doing what he had to do. So very, very safe run, and it was pretty obvious that he did that, but also that is tactics too, so it doesn't mean anything if you don't make it.
Got to put points on the board, that's
yeah,
for sure.
Exactly.
76.
Ooh, that's a well.
That might be, you know.
I think he's going to be in for sure, but then that was kind of risky.
It's the lower top 32, but you know it's probably going to be all right.
Yeah.
Next we have number 99, Kazuya Matsukawa, and this is the AE85 powered by 1GR, the twin turbo V6.
So they were actually flying.
I know he's got speed coming in.
Oh! Oh man!
That pad saved him. Oh, looks like his front. Oh no. Yeah, that pad definitely saved him on that one. But man, he came in with some heat. He wanted to give us a show, that's for sure. And he really did. He made us a little exciting up here.
Oh yeah, he did. In different directions.
I know.
I got exciting for an exciting run, and I thought he was going to go into the wall, so I was like, no. But you know what? That's amazing how, you know, he already got an 89, and he knew that he's going to better the score by doing something crazy, and you have to go in really, really hard. And you got to give it up to him for giving it a try. Definitely exciting. That was a very exciting incomplete.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That car it's definitely built well. Next, we have number 8, Koichi Yamashita in the JZX 100 Mark II, powered by a 2J. I'm feeling good about this one. Qualifying, he had some pretty good solid runs, so.
For practice.
Or practice. You know, qualifying. They're kind of the same right now.
No, it's very different. You get
jumbling the words.
Okay, so a lot of guys are good. A lot of good drivers out there. There's a whole lot of good drivers out there. But making or putting down a good run within these 2 qualifying runs is very, very hard.
Yes.
Concentration, readiness,
a lot of pressure.
Skill, exactly, overcoming the pressure. It's all there. So that's what divides the boys and the men, and the boys, I guess. Yep.
So put you in the top 32 for tandem. Nice initiation into the outer zone 1. Coming in inner clip 2. Riding outer zone 2 all the way around. Into outer zone 3, full throttling all the way through to the inner clip 2. Left me a little speechless there. It was nice. Coming out of outer zone 1 right here, taking full advantage of outer zone 1. Then he comes around with outer zone 2 and just rides all the way through. Wasn't in the all the way. It wasn't in the back portion of it, but definitely was in the zone.
Man, very smooth too.
Yes. Coming from 2 to with the long sweeper from 3 all the way around, he just kept the throttle all the way on it.
Yeah, that looked really, really smooth and very committed.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
That's
really
our that right there is our top score right now.
Yep. There's a leader right there. The line was there, the angle was there, and the commitment and the fluidity was there too. So I cannot say we have to be picky and be strict on the points here and there, but definitely very, very nice run.
I guess he kept me speechless for a reason.
Yeah. So I would say if his commitment from his earlier run was at the first corner of this second run, I would have probably gave him a full score for style too. So.
Next is number 33, Junya Ishikawa. It's the 8.6 that's powered by a V6 twin turbo, the 1GR. Oh, coming in. Oh, Oh, keep it going. Oh.
No, don't keep it going because the wall's
I
right there.
know, but wanted to ride that angle through.
Man, these guys are cool because they
It's
just
like they
came in.
talk to each other.
Yeah, they're like, yo, let's do it.
Let's
You know,
just
do
show 'em
this.
what's up.
Exactly,
Yeah.
It's like, let's do this, and they did, you know.
Came with some speed on that and just flicked it out.
No fear whatsoever.
I'm almost scared if he would have finished that. How
Yeah.
that was aggressive, very aggressive.
Yeah, very, very aggressive.
Wow. Very unfortunate it was an incomplete, but I mean he's looking pretty solid right now.
Got an 87 earlier
Yeah.
too, so.
Next is number 84. Masakazu Hashi. It's going to be an SR powered S15 right here.
Yeah. He got an incomplete for his first one, so he definitely put down a score.
Exactly. Still coming in real hot. Nice initiation. Committing to it. Holding on. Coming into inner clip 1. Rolling into outer zone 2. Riding the full outer zone. Shallow but good. Outer zone 3. To the inner clip. For someone that needed a run just to put in the books, that was.
Yeah, that wasn't like super safe, you know.
No.
It was very smooth.
It was smooth. He knew he had to put something out there that he wanted to, you know, show what he had.
So I wouldn't say that was the most exciting at the entry, but everything else, like, I don't know why, but he's an SR powered S chassis, so he
Yes.
should be at a slight disadvantage with torque, and, you know, trying to get the rear tires lit up. But for a car like that,
Still
he
able
was
to.
very smooth.
Yeah.
Very, very smooth.
But wow, to just put it out there like that.
Oh yeah, I would have probably got like a 40 or something.
I wouldn't have been so deep in the pocket there. I would have just been like, all right, let's play a little shallow.
Yeah, I would have used the inside clip 2 as the inside clip 1.
Nice 85, yeah. 85.
So that seems like a run that a 4th place finisher.
Well, we should have expected before.
Probably for his first run, maybe.
Yeah.
But you know what? Try hard, things do happen.
Exactly. Next is 125, Yoshichika Tamagawa in the 2J powered Supra. Nice. Outer zone, real shallow in the outer zone right there. That's going to hurt. But rolling all the way around, riding all the way through from outer zone 3 to inner clip 2. So yeah, real shallow.
Yeah, he needed to pull the car out a little more to the outside zone, so
Yeah.
the line score might hurt him right here, or for that run.
Yeah.
But right here too, the rate of angle going into outer zone 1, the energy of it is very low.
He didn't hit the outer zone 1 also.
Yeah, so
real shallow from it.
very smooth. No major corrections or anything, but not as exciting as a lot of the cars that we just saw for their second runs. Yeah, and I guess hearing the J-side announcer,
79.
he was actually the leader. He qualified first at Sugo.
Okay.
And he
yeah.
usually does well in Fuji and the bigger tracks. But
So
I've seen him on fire here too before.
So the tighter technical ones could be more.
Maybe it's a hit or miss for him though. But
I
you know
think
what?
I'm going to blame it on the wall still.
Well, he's got 82, so he's in it for sure.
Exactly.
Everything's going to change tomorrow because there's going to be a car in front of you.
Yeah.
That you have to follow and chase.
Here's an exciting car right here. Number 36, Kazumi Takahashi. BMW E92. Powered by the 1GR. Whoa! Hitting that outer zone 2, riding it. Oh, cut it short right there. But coming in outer zone 3 and riding it all the way around.
right, so there were actually 3 mistakes that were pretty major, or maybe 2. I will go ahead and check the replay and see. But then, man, this was
Look
like
at
the
that.
best entry that we had today, and he pulled it off.
Yes, he did.
And all the way to here, he did amazing. But leaving outside zone 2, it was very awkward. And right here, he couldn't pull and keep the angle, and he had to almost reinitiate. The car was still sideways, so I'll give him that. But I'm gonna have to ding him for that.
That was a roller coaster.
Sure.
That was a roller coaster of emotion right there. Amazing initiation, then kind of bobbled a little, and then came back and just kept pushing through.
All right, so we're not going to incomplete him, but definitely those mistakes are going to hurt him on his scores.
See what these scores are. 79. Dropped a little bit off. What do you drop from?
Oh, he was 87, but yeah, he had a major mistake coming out of the outer zone 2. Then that kind of triggered that big correction outside zone 3.
Okay.
So that's definitely the factor of his score dropping.
But definitely exciting entry though.
Oh yeah, that was if I went with just the entry part of it.
Yeah.
Hands down the best.
Exactly. Next, this is our last vehicle, right?
Yep, this is the last car of our qualifying.
Number 15, Katsuhiro Ueo.
Smoke machine.
VR38 powered S15, pushing through. Look at all that smoke. In outer zone 2, riding all the way through. Ain't real shallow there. Trying to hold the angle.
He can't see because of his own smoke. Oh my God, I've never seen that before.
Hey, he took a safe move there. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I can't see, so I'm not going to go. But
wow.
That was crazy.
Coming out of that first outer zone, he was laying some smoke down. Here it is right here. Here's the replay coming in. And just romping on it, laying some smoke down right there.
I'm going to have to ask him. But right here, he came around here and he maybe thought maybe it wasn't going to be as good of a score he wanted.
Yeah.
And maybe it was easier for him to give up. But he was like, oh, you know what? There's all the smoke. I'm not going to drive through that thing.
He hit a wall and he was like, there's a tight bridge coming up and I can't risk anything.
Exactly. But you know what? That might have been a very safe move for Ueo.
Man, you still can't see the track.
Yeah, that's a lot of smoke.
There's a view of the pit area along with the starting gate.
Yeah, it's a little different from the previous years because this parking parking 2 and 3,
yeah,
that's where we were pitted, and we also had the FMX guys do the jumps and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, nice.
But look at this beautiful view. A lot of nature out here. I love it.
The elevation here, this is what the highest track that they race at for Formula Drift Japan?
Exactly, I
it
think
is?
so. Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So.
But no, what's cool about this? Hi. But what's cool about this place, you all can't see. Maybe you'll see or notice it in the background. But the different plateaus that they have for different tracks, because this isn't just a track for Formula Drift Japan. They also have some Gymkhana here, and they have some motorcycle racing also.
Yeah. And then obviously during the winter, this is a ski park, and then they have some slopes out here, so. They're going to have a lot of people, a lot of skiers and winter sports.
Here's a little bit of a little bit of drone footage you guys are seeing.
See, so to the left you see those are the old pit area that we have, and where you see all the cars in the center, the top center of the screen, that's where all the guys are at. Hey, you know what? But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up because I'm sweaty and it's still a little hot.
Yes.
Yeah. But man, that was a lot of exciting driving. But I would like to thank Ryan Lantagne for joining us from couple gazillion miles away.
There he is.
There he is. We see him. You guys don't see him, but he had the whole peace sign going. Thank you, Ryan. And hope to see you soon after all this mess goes away. But
thank you for staying with us. I know it's probably late there.
Yeah. I think you're on screen right now.
Not yet. He should be here soon.
What time is it?
It must be some awkward time right now, but
It
thank
is.
you for joining us. And also, thank you for joining us, you guys watching and
Yes,
listening to
everybody.
us, you know?
Yeah, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, and you know, this is the second round that I'm doing the commentating for the English side, and this is the first time Kenny is doing it. So hopefully he did a great job.
Hopefully, I
think he did a
kept you
great
guys
job.
engaged and intrigued. But tomorrow's going to be the real test. Top 32s tomorrow and top 16. So that's going to be the real test right there, the big tandem.
Yeah.
So we'll see how all that goes tomorrow. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, but it was fun to see today that I'm not sure. I wasn't the teams, and I didn't go and ask them, but I'll go and maybe ask them a couple questions later. But then it looked like there were tactics going on where everybody wanted to be safe here. Everybody started pushing it towards the end. And once a car goes out there that lays down a good run, everybody kind of studies that and starts to up their score as they went up the ladder on the qualifying roster. So
it will definitely be an exciting day tomorrow. Hopefully we have nice, beautiful weather like we do today, but you know, I'm going to go ahead and knock on wood and make sure, because coming uphill like this, you don't want to have any crazy weather on top of that.
Okay, so I know the time difference is, you know, big all over the world, but here in Japan, we are probably a little past 5 o'clock, and we're going to go ahead and close this up. But thank you from all over, or for you guys watching this from all over the world. We really appreciate it, and thank you for supporting us. Drifting is great.
Yeah, stay tuned to us for tomorrow morning here in Japan. That's when we're going to be kicking it off. But please stay tuned to us, the live stream, and we look forward to giving you the best and the greatest.
Yeah, even if we're annoying, we're going to be back tomorrow. So thank you, and see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。 ウエット A。
ウエットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜